this is Mike with Zike. We're here with the Slingshot. Going to talk to you guys about assembly. I'm going to take this box apart. Got one jump ahead of you guys. I've already actually popped the top off. Comes very nicely packed. What I like to do is go ahead and get the packaging out to begin with on both sides. You're going to get an array of parts. First being your pedals. You'll find a set of pedals in here, should be 2. Go ahead and get those out. You got a box that will come with screws, Allen wrenches, and keeping those together. And then you've got your Slingshot. Just reach in there and grabbing this out. And as you can see, packaged up quite nicely. I mean, it's great. Keeping scratches off of it. Comes nice and tight in the box. You've got an owner's manual, which was in the box. This will have step-by-step instructions. Got a pair of scissors. And you definitely need to get a pair of scissors before you start that. I would recommend is the easiest. Cutting off these zip ties. If you get a straight blade, you might slip, cut something else, and that's the last thing you want to do. So, gonna go ahead, and this is the Zike owner's manual. Got some cool pictures in it. Find the page with the Slingshot. So the first one you'll come to is a hot shot. You guys saw the assembly of the flyby. Now we're going to talk about the assembly of the Slingshot. And the first thing we want to do again is get everything that we have sitting out so we know what we're working with. First we're going to go ahead and get these pedals out. I'm coming out with actually got 2 Allen wrenches, a pack of screws, another Allen wrench on the head, and then this will be used to tighten up our front tire, the bolt, almost act as a wrench. Just got everything out here. The directions have us, step 1 is putting together the pedals. So we've got 2 pedals. Going to go ahead and, excuse me, take off our wrapping. You've got 2 pedals. Upon inspection, they should both say Slingshot. So you'll have a pedal for the left side and the right side. You'll also have 2 plastic protectors here. Those will go on the bottom. Notice there's a sleeve or an elevation. That needs to be on the inside. And if you look closer, you can actually see the word Zike on it. You need to be able to read those. So if they were backwards, you wouldn't see anything. So those are going to go on both sides. As you look at the unit, there's a lip. If you look at the pedal itself, you've got a lip on the back. And the word Slingshot and then Zike. You've got 4 holes that are already marked. And for this particular one, you can see 2 that are already punched out. It's where our screws are going to go. The lip needs to be on the back side of the platform. Again, make sure you keep these all together. You don't want to lose them, or if you've got some helpers out there, make sure that they don't go too far away with your tools. What I like to do is sit this down on the platform, go ahead and insert a screw, just push it through, just like I did. You're not hurting anything by doing that. So again, this is just a protective covering, non-slip. Go ahead and push that through. And then you need to line it up to the best of your ability. And a lot of times you can feel it as it goes in, or you can simply lift it up and see where it starts. There you go. Get that one on. And I can feel as I begin to turn that it's already caught. And again, use your discretion. They don't all have to go in at the same time. Some people like to put one in and tighten it up. Some people like to put them all in. Whatever works best for you. There's no secret method. If you have any type of cordless drill, cordless screwdriver with an Allen wrench attachment, obviously you can use that as well. It'll be much quicker than doing that by hand, but this does come with the tools that you need for complete assembly, so you don't have to worry about going out. You see this one goes in nice and easy, just turning that with my finger. Alright, we've gone ahead and assembled the other pedals. So we've got the left pedal, the right pedal, the bike again is coming together. We've still got it wrapped up and taped just for us. The next thing we're going to do is put the handlebar extension on. This is the handlebar, it folds over, and we're going to tighten things up and go ahead and get our handlebar assembly onto here. So let's go ahead and get some of this wrapping off. If you'll notice at the bottom there's a little plastic piece in between the forks. Just simply for packing purposes, nothing that you'll need. You don't have to hold on to it. That can be disposed of or actually recycled since it's plastic. Remember, Zike, we're going green. That's our big motto. Go ahead and cut this tape off. This arm, I want to show you guys something. As I extend this up, let me go ahead and take this off, and then we'll pan around the camera so we can point out something to you guys. If I take this up right now, you'll see that the forks, I don't know if you can come over and look over the top, but the fork, this is not lined up. This handlebar is not lined up with this. So if I turn this straight, notice how my forks now turn at an angle, and we don't want to put the handlebars on where everything's going crooked. So I'm going to go back to this position and lower this down. There's a screw in here, it's got a hex nut head. And remember, we got some tools here. We want to take that and actually loosen it. So that old crazy saying, lefty loosey, or righty tighty. So we want to go ahead and loosen that up, and that allows us to swivel this and line this up so it's completely straight. And again, I can stand over the top of it, but that's something that if you don't know what you're looking at, you will never think to look down in this stem to see this hex nut. So again, from there it looks pretty straight to me. I'm going to put my tool back in. Just going to have to be patient. That's where if you've got some cordless tools, that'd be awesome. And I'm going to tighten that up just a bit. Take me several turns to do it. And making sure that before I go the final turn that I'm about as even as I can get. There you go. Once I do that, then my forks line up with my shaft, which in turn is going to line up with my handlebars. So as part of this next instruction, go ahead and unpack the rest of our bike here. The shaft is going to be sliding down very simply right onto here. Open this arm up, and if you'll notice, you've got a groove here in the handlebar, right down the middle, all the way up to where it runs into this vertical part. So you've got the horizontal and the vertical. Same with this arm right here. There's a little notch on the back side. We want to line that up, and it'll slide right in. So don't worry if it doesn't line up immediately. You have to play with it a little, and once it lines up, then you're in there. So believe it or not, there we are. You're here. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and tighten this just a couple of turns. And this is a cool feature on the Slingshot, because if you guys love to take your bike out, if you love to go to the park, if you love to go to the beach, if you want to put it in your RV, all you have to do is simply unscrew that, and now it becomes very portable. Just folds right over. So great feature with the Slingshot. And again, the other great feature, which is very, very cool, is this telescoping handlebar. So this is going to be the apparatus right here that tightens up this handlebar. I can go ahead and tighten it there. I can unscrew this and loosen it up a bit, but this slides up and down. So for me, about 5'11", almost 6 feet tall, I mean, I can take this all the way to the top and feel very comfortable. If I've got my little boy who's not even 4 feet tall, I can push this all the way down and it becomes rideable for him. So great feature on the Slingshot. We'll just go ahead and leave it there for the time being. And again, before we do anything, we want to make sure everything's tightened up. So let's go back to our assembly and loosen that a little. There we go. Go back to my assembly. The last thing we're going to see here, now that we've got that, is putting on the front tire. We've got 2 bolts on the front tire, and we've got this disc. This disc, let me take another moment, get my stuff out of the way here. My recyclables, and I'm going to say trash, my tools. You've got the steel drum right here on the bike. We've got the braking mechanism right here, which is on the left side. If you put this on the right side, you won't have any brakes. This drum has to be on the left side in order to grab the brake. So we want to make sure you guys do that. So 2 bolts, going to loosen those up. On the inside, little washers here with a little shaft on the end. That's going to go inset into the fork. Again, I usually don't take them all the way off. I'm going to roll that around. You're going to find a little groove on the inside of the fork. Right here, you see the little circle with the hole. Spin this around. You might have to loosen that bolt up a little. Get that in there. And then once it pops in, you want to go ahead and tighten that down. And just finger tight for right now, that's fine. Again, these all come with kickstands, so for me it's easier to work on it when I go ahead and just put my kickstand down. So in essence, I'm on the home stretch of getting my Slingshot assembled. Before I forget about it, I want to come around and tighten up. Tighten up this front wheel. Because I know how people are, we oftentimes get impatient and can't wait to go riding. And remember now, this has got some air in it, but I definitely want to recommend that you go out and check both the front and the rear tire, make sure it's got air. If you'll look on these tires, 35 psi, we've always got the markings on the tires, so you can go back, check the markings, make sure you have adequate air. I'll go ahead and get that tightened up. Kind of a visual inspection if you want to look around. Make sure, I can see some pieces of tape that I've got. Make sure that I've got everything taken care of. Got my cool handle grips here. Get everything in a pile and then off to the recycling bin. Kickstand up, checking my tires. These are full. Again, making sure that my handlebar is nice and tight. I can see that I've got front brakes and rear brakes. I'm good to go. So that's the assembly of the Slingshot. Very straightforward, very easy. Shouldn't take more than 10 or 15 minutes. Look forward to catching you guys. Send us some videos. We want to see you guys riding. We want to see you guys having some fun. Share with us. Facebook, Zike.net. You guys have a great day.